Alright, what's going on? Coming at you with this Nephthys deck profile with my generic YouTube intro, because couldn't think of anything original to say, so I'll just get into the profile. So you play triple Gearsu and one Claw, and yeah, this is definitely not an Nephthys card. This is 100% an Orcus and Mekk-Knight card, but basically what this enables you is a link to and access to World Legacy Monstrosity, which is going to help you make Calamities as part of the end board. And then for the Nephthys cards, you have Triple Devotee, summons out of deck. It's like the main guy, but yeah, pre-prep, searchable type deal. It's just it's a break even, so which is nice because rituals are typically like neg. So whenever this card comes out, this strategy gets a little better. But honestly, you are playing a ritual based deck, so you have to have the spell, you have to have the monster, or a way to get to them, which is fairly easy, but at the same time can be challenging because there is a lot of consistency, generic ritual cards. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. One Disciple, double Matriarch, and one Chronicler. So these are the targets that you summon out of deck for Devotee, and they each do different things. This will add back from grave if you destroy a card in your hand. This will summon a Nephthys monster if you destroy a card in your hand. And this one will add a Nephthys monster from deck to hand if you pop a card in hand. So, yeah, they're pretty much extenders, consistency, yada yada. Really, the reason to play two of this one as opposed to just one like all the other ones is you don't really ever want to open this card because this is most often than not the one you want to get out of deck. But it depends, because if you open Gearsu, this is what you're summoning out of deck. If you don't have a normal summon, you get this one, because this will then become your normal summon, so you can further extend. And then you play the one Phoenix. Forgot about that. And the Phoenix is a really slow card by design, but it just works well with the Link monster and just further extension. And then, speaking of extension, you play this guy because he actually does not miss timing off Nephthys monsters effects, which is nice. So, like, technically you could go into needle fiber plays, and I was actually experimenting with needle fiber plays, playing over 40, but from what I found, just drawing the O-line is just kind of super frustrating. And I suppose, like, Jet Synchron is also an option, but I never really tested with that because he can technically go Mirage and then make himself needle fiber and project plays that way. But honestly, the biggest issue with that is the extra space is really tight because of just the way that I've designed this, but I'll get to that later. Play triple Barathos, or however they say the water one, and then double wind one because you're playing a wind deck, and you play 3 of this one because he summons out of deck, and all of the Nephthys effect monsters have to destroy cards in your hand to get their abilities. But yeah, so he's typically the best one, but this will also get you to this, so it all really works out. It depends. It depends. Double Kaku and one Nightmare Italy. This is honestly the worst card in the deck that you can draw, because basically drawing this means that you're now forced to go into Trishula. Because if you open this one, you still just summon this and the Worm out of deck, or, you know, vice versa. If you have to summon one of the True Kings, you get these two out of your deck. So this is honestly the worst card to draw. Double Nibiru, because your deck's bad, so you have to main deck this card. Double Ash, because it's Ash. I thought about doing Imperm instead, but I've just been trying that. It seems to work out alright. And then we're playing this engine, because again your deck is bad, so you have to splash generic control engines, you know, just for beefing up your turn 1 board even more than it could possibly be. It just raises your ceiling, I guess, sort of. It's probably not the right term, but whatever. Triple prefab, consistency, and double of this because this just isn't as good as this. And obviously we're playing 5 searchers for our 3 ritual monsters, which again is like more of a reason why this will help the strategy. But the problem with this card is I actually don't know what to take out of this to add this card. So like I said, I was testing over 40. I was testing a 60 build, which was, we're just not going to talk about that. But ritual spell, because it's a, you have to hand in hand with all the other stuff, and the 2 targets for Lib and the claw. The extra deck. Ooh, extra deck is double Sacred Preserver, the Nephthys Link 2. It's a search card, or it's also it can like tag your guys out, like it blows up a guy that it points to and summons a different one out of your grave. Nephthys card. But yeah, this thing, because part of the end board, this is actually super important in this deck, but you don't actually end on it. This is part of the combo. This could be anything. This is also, if you have to end on IP, you have this. This guy is just good. Yeah, that guy's just super good. And you play the chicken, so like you don't really care about going to turn 3, and then this is just a good option turn 3. And that's the same reasoning behind this card, but also going second and going second. This honestly should be access code talker, but there's not real tournaments, so I didn't buy an access code talker. But yeah, this guy is part of the end board. He's also best boy, Super Saiyan Blue. That's not supposed to be in here. And then you can go Herald as part of your end board option. This guy is super easy to make for obvious reasons. And then this is for the just in case insurance policy. And then this is, best card. Most cancerous card, honestly. So very quickly, I'll show you the 2 card combo. Yeah, I know, real consistent. There are 3 ofs, I guess, but I mean, really, this is just like best case scenario 2 card combo, so that's what we're gonna go with. Oh, and then 3 blanks, because you have to have cards to pop in your hand. Okay, so you go here, super self-explanatory. Go get this card, make 2 tokens. You turn those guys into Lib. Lib will go find this card, play this, summon this back, get this. Then you'll go here. And honestly, another nice thing about the Girsu is people like to ash that card. It's another good thing about prep as well. People like to ash that card as well, just because, I don't know, they think you're playing Necros or something. But yeah, you're just not actually that good. So 6 in hand. That's about to dwindle very quickly. So treat any monster. I mean, obviously, like, your best option is Baby Rock, but regardless, she'll get you this out of the deck. And then you can go IP. And then this will become Avermax. And then he can't destroy card effects because Masquerena. And then you will use this card's effect. You'll pop a card in your hand, and then she can summon this back. And this can make Dragoon. Well, you know what I mean. It doesn't make Dragoon, but makes this guy. That guy makes Dragoon. And then just off the 2 cards, I guess, you end with this, but the whole grand scheme of things is like, you open Baby Rock, you have access to this as well, because this has a graveyard recursion effect. And you pop a Nephthys card in your hand, you summon this back, so you'll end with this as well. And if you have Barastos or what's his face, the Draco Phoenix, you end on this card, because then this becomes live, and it also makes making this card super easy. So there's like 2 routes that you could go, and then if you just have everything, then this is your end board or whatever. That's rule 5. But yeah, if you have everything, that's your end board with the single card in hand for this guy. But yeah, that's the profile. It's super fun deck. Takes a lot of practice though, because it's just like one of those things where there's just awkward hands. You just have to know how to play through it. But because like it's obviously not always going to be as clear cut as Gears of Pre-Prep. But yeah, super fun deck. Been playing it a lot on Edo Pro. But yeah, the only thing that I would honestly change about this list is just add this card. Like don't cut anything. Just add these, because I mean it's a combo deck. But the good thing is, like, judging on like what your hand is, like pre-prep can be bait, prep can be bait. What's his face? Stupid guy, Mech Knight guy can be bait. Nibiru is a card, so definitely lose to that card for sure. But yeah, if you you know, if you had the Baby Rock, you can go Herald and not lose to Nibiru quite as hard. But yeah, I digress. The deck's super fun. You possibly give it a try if you want. Play it online. A lot of people are doing a lot of online play right now for obvious reasons. But yeah, super cool. Peace, dudes.